Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a little bit of a different show here today. This is not. I'm taking over for Joe, but Joe's with me today. So luckily, he was able to come join me for this one. So let's see how this works. First, I'm going to do this. Hey, there I am. All right. And then right away, I'm going to add to the stage Mr. Joe. And there we go.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
we How you doing?
Stuff and things. Okay.
Stuff and things.
How you doing this morning, Joe?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. Apparently, I forgot to set up Rumble, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm an idiot. I didn't set up the Rumble. I'm on vacation, man. I'm not supposed to be working. You guys are supposed to be working, not me. Damn it.
Okay.
Shit. I was on vacation as of 7 o'clock this morning. But yeah, we're going to put it on Facebook instead of Rumble, and we'll put it up on Rumble later. But anyway, how are you doing? It's good to see you.
Good.
I'm ready for some football. For sure.
Too. Let's see. I'm a little lost here. Hang on here.
That's right. I can help you.
There we go.
I'm ready for some good games today.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a whole lot yesterday from the college games. We'll start with that. Not a lot of rank versus – there was no rank versus rank yesterday.
Really?
So it was a lot of either upsets or blowouts. So.
My brother informed me this morning that LSU came through for him against Mississippi State.
Yeah, they had a pretty good game. They have that wide receiver, Neighbors, I think it is, who's just went off. Yeah, I think he had like 200 yards in the first half, something like that, receiving. And so that was one to watch out for. But yeah, let's see here. Let's go right into this. Let's see if I can do this. Ooh, right there. Look at that. Boom.
Look at you, man. You're handling it.
Yeah, so we had a couple Thursday night games. We had Miami, who's ranked 22. They beat up on BCU. I don't even know. I think there's some FCS school, but they beat them up. And then let's see. We had a couple of Friday games. They were pretty fun to watch. Army beating up UTSA.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Go Army.
Yeah. Army's. I think they're 2-1 now. They're having a good start to the season.
That'll work, man.
And then getting into the Saturday games, it starts with the top 25 teams. So South Carolina jumped ahead 14-3 over Georgia, but unfortunately they couldn't sustain it in the second half. They did almost nothing on offense, and Georgia just came back and took over and won 24-14. Michigan over Bowling Green, not so much there. Boston College had a good game against Florida State University, but they just couldn't pull it out in the end. Very close game. I watched pretty much the whole game. But in the end, just Florida State barely escaped that one. 31-29 was the final score. Texas had some issues with Wyoming. Now the score is 31-10. But for a while there, that was basically into the fourth quarter. It was 10-10. And Texas was having all kinds of trouble. And then all of a sudden, Texas scored. I think there was a pick six or, scoop and score or something like that on the defense. And it just kind of blew up after that. Just some big runs and big plays. So the score is bigger than how close it was for sure. But Wyoming hasn't been doing that bad this year. They did beat one ranked opponent this year earlier. I think it was Texas Tech they beat. Ohio rolled over Western Kentucky. Penn State has a huge game next week. They took out Illinois pretty easy. Washington over Michigan State. Michigan State, I guess, is going through. I think Matt would have known a little bit more about this than I do, but they have their interim coach right now. Their coach got put on leave.
Yeah,
some stuff.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't want to speak out of school, but we covered it on my brother's show, and I think it was a sexual harassment thing.
That's what I believe it was too. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope it's not true, but hey, they have to protect their school, so he's been put on leave. Yep.
Yeah, and then wait, hang on. Hang on. Hey, look at that, LSU.
There you go. Yeah, LSU.
We got a Hell Chat. Hello there, Rhonda. And then, of course, we got Air Force. And then, Daniel.
Yeah, Dan says it's sexual harassment. I was pretty sure that was it. We covered it on our show this week.
Gotcha. Okay. Notre Dame, they beat up on Central Michigan. Alabama had a tough one with this was an ugly game to watch. Very ugly.
Looks ugly.
Alabama was 3-3 at halftime.
Really?
And unfortunately, USF just doesn't have a great team, but they did what they could. But Alabama quarterbacks look awful. The starter that they put in, I forget, Buckner, something like that. Could be saying his name right. He doesn't really matter anymore. But and then they put the third string quarterback in, the Simpson, and he looked okay. He had some okay plays, but I don't actually understand why they didn't go back to the guy that was in the Texas game. He looked way better than both of those guys. So Alabama needs to figure some shit out quick.
Yeah.
Florida. I watched this game. Florida beat up Tennessee, number 11 Tennessee. Florida got a win on that one. They ganged up on them early. They went up 26 to something like I think 7 in the first half, and then just didn't let go of the lead. Brother Danny says that Alabama quarterbacks are struggling right now. They really are. It was pretty bad. They couldn't get anything going, but eventually they let the run game take over, and that's what Alabama the win. Utah beating up Weber State, probably FCSD, so easy win. Oregon beating up Hawaii. Everyone beats up Hawaii these days. Here's LSU over was that Mississippi State or Missouri? Mississippi State. Was hoping that'd be an okay game, but it wasn't. Mississippi State came in undefeated, but only 2 wins. This was a fun game. I watched this game, Missouri at Kansas State, Kansas State and Missouri, 15th ranked, and this one ended. This was a great game.
That's a Big 12 rivalry. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah.
And this right here is how the game ended, and I'm going to put the audio on so we're not echoing, I think, or do I keep the audio off?
No, you're good. You can put the audio on. Don't forget to unmute your screen down there. Yeah, there you go. And then play your audio, and you're good to go. Yeah. There you go.
And it is Brooks. Mevis kick on the way. It's good!
Oh.
61-yarder.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a great game. It ended with a 61-yard. That's if that kid doesn't get something.
Dude, he's going to get drafted off of that kick. Yeah. My brother's down there commenting Mizzou with the big win. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And Florida owns Tennessee. Of course they do. They do.
So that was the 2 big upsets yesterday. Was Florida over Tennessee, and then Mizzou over Kansas State. Those were the upsets. Pretty much the rest of the top 25 got their wins. Although Colorado almost got upset. But before I get to that, Oregon State over San Diego State University, Missouri, Ole Miss. They got a date next week, I think, with Alabama. We'll check the schedule next week because there's a lot of games next week. But yeah,
well, they're going to start getting into their conference schedules.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And you got like the Pac-12. Pac-12 has like 8 teams in the top 25.
Yeah,
and so that's going to be fun. But yeah, Colorado State was up for most of this game as far as like staying the score ahead, and Colorado's got to fix their defense. Their defense is oof. Yeah. It took all the way to overtime.
Not in overtime. Yeah. Hey, man, the fact that Deion's made them relevant is just amazing to me. I mean,
you should have seen the start. They had The Rock there, like out in the field. Like they had all these celebrities were there. Like
he's bringing the bling, man. You know that.
It's just
he's bringing it.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy how much a place can do. Can you imagine being like a freshman going to Colorado and then finding Deion Sanders coming to your school?
Right.
Like that student section has to be pretty excited.
Pretty hyped. Yeah.
So that's got to be pretty cool. So he's changed the whole thing. But yeah, no. And in order to tie it up, Shedeur Sanders had to go 98 yards and then score a 2-point conversion in order to stay in this game and force overtime. And he did it. Like it was great. But biggest news is Travis Hunter, the one that their sensational player. He got hurt early in the game, and he's going to be missing a few weeks. He got slammed on the sideline when he was playing receiver.
Shit!
Yeah, the defender, whopped him pretty hard.
He plays both. He's Iron Man. Plays both sides of the ball.
Both sides. Yeah, both sides.
Wow.
Like 120 snaps a game. Like just
that's crazy.
Completely unsustainable.
Throwback.
So so that was a really fun game to watch. I did wake up and watch that. Pac-12 has an automatic pick in the playoffs, no matter what the record is. Automatic bid.
Yeah,
they do this year.
This year, not next year.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll
next
see. Next
year's the 12-team playoff, right?
Right, and they would have still had it, but we don't even know if Pac-12 is going to mean anything.
Be a thing, right? Yeah.
So this year we still have the 4-man. So the automatic pick stuff isn't this year. So that's next year. So we still got some time for that.
Yeah.
Oklahoma 66-17 over Tulsa.
That's the way that should go. Thank you very much.
North Carolina over Minnesota. I was hoping this would be a better game, but it wasn't. Minnesota just doesn't have the offense to compete. Duke is just rolling along, 38-14 over Northwestern. They got a big game coming up next week or 2 weeks, I think it is. They got Notre Dame in a couple weeks, I believe it is.
Okay.
Washington State University, they had a big win over Washington, or who was it last week? And they just basically played some FCS teams. UCLA is rolling along. Iowa got a win. Iowa scored 41 points. They have that head coach they're the ones that have the head coach or not head coach, the offensive coordinator used to score 325 points total in the season.
Cool.
So I think it's about 25 points a game. So, and they hadn't made it. They didn't make it the first 2 weeks. They didn't make the 25 goals. So they made 41, which helped them. That's his job. In order to keep his job, he has to score 320. His offense, the score.
That's crazy. They set that in his contract or something?
Basically, yeah, because the offense has been so horrible. And I think he's the son of the coach or something like that. So it's like, all right, so if we're gonna have nepotism here, we're gonna have conditions. I think that was the
gotcha.
So that's the top 25. So just gonna scroll down, see if there's any big games. ODU over Wake, or they didn't make it, but they jumped out big and it looked like it might have been
help out the retarded here. ODU stands for
Old Dominion University, not
gotcha.
a big school. So it would have been an upset if they had gotten it, but they tried. Let's see, just taking it. My boys, State Broncos finally got a win. I was happy to see that. I did have that game going. Let's see, just looking through here. App State had a pretty good one against ECU. Texas A&M got a win. Let's see, Tulane got a win over Southern Missouri. So
check on the Raging Cajuns for my brother now. You got to find them. We got to see how they did. If they played. I mean, they have bye weeks in college football, so
let's see.
They may not have played.
This is a pretty good game. Vanderbilt versus UNLV. This is a great 40-37. I watched this game most of the way through.
Vanderbilt can't find a win, man.
No.
They're the Ivy League school of the SEC. You know what I mean? And it's
this was another fun game. Miami, Ohio over Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a pretty good team. They took them to overtime. And knocked them out in overtime.
You know the Super Bowl winning quarterback that came out of Miami, Ohio, right? Ben Roethlisberger. That's where he played his college ball in, man. Yep.
All right. Yep. And then this is an interesting one. Southern Alabama over Oklahoma State. I thought that was pretty interesting. 33-7.
That's beautiful.
They crushed
I love it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I hate the Cowboys. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was a crazy one. I didn't watch the game all the way, but I kept track on it. I was like, wow, Southern Alabama's not a bad team. It's just, man, that was surprising. So we got the Raging Cajun 41-21 over UAB.
There you go.
There you go, right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah. Cajuns whoop the Blazers. Yep, there you go. Exactly. And then you got SMUs. That's good. And Rice has had not a bad season.
Really?
Who did they beat last week? I'm trying to remember.
Rice has always been one of those smaller
Oh,
schools.
Houston. They beat Houston last week. They lost to Texas, but they beat Houston last week. That's what it was.
Wow, man.
The Rice isn't doing too bad this season.
They're not doing bad. No.
This is an interesting game. James Madison University. I was going down in Tulane. I wish they would get their quarterback though. They've been playing their backup right now. They're still checking.
The Green Wave, dude. What a great friggin' that school. I mean, they play their home games in. At least do they still play in the Superdome? They used to play in the Superdome. I don't know. They may have their own field now.
I had a bunch of games going on, so I didn't really pay attention to the stadiums. This was a fun game to watch. BYU at Arkansas, 38-31, went down to the last drive. But BYU, it was a back and forth game, very entertaining game.
Check out friggin' Arkansas. They can't represent the SEC.
What
the hell, man?
It was
way to fail, Razorbacks. Way to fail. Jeez. Benson Field is what's really? Is it named after the Saints owner? Wow. He must have donated them a field to get them to quit playing in the Superdome, probably. Oh man. That's too good. That's your slate.
That's the slate. But of course, the biggest story in NCAA has to be that Colorado's still rolling along.
Mm-hmm.
But before, just to cap this off, I got to mention some of these games next week, which are
okay. Yeah, for sure. Give me a preview.
Your Oklahoma has a big game against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's still a good game. You got FSU at Clemson. That's going to be a massive game.
Is it though?
Yeah, FSU is not looking as strong, and Clemson. Well, they got beat up the first week. They're still not a bad team. But even better, let's see. Ole Miss at Alabama.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good game.
Ole Miss is going to jump up a few spots. They'll probably be either 13 or 14, probably. Yeah. Maybe 15, and then Alabama, and then you got UCLA, undefeated Utah, so number 12 or 20.
Wow.
Well, then you got Colorado at Oregon, so Colorado Sanders versus Oregon.
Unbelievable. The marquee games are coming out of the fucking conference that's fixing to fucking fall apart.
Yeah,
unbelievable, man.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see, and then we got And then we got Oregon State at Washington State. So that's another 2 ranked teams going at it. There we go. Let's see. Then we got Ohio State at Notre Dame, number 6 versus number 9. So that's a crazy 7:00. And then you got Iowa, who's got probably one of the best defenses.
I so hope Notre Dame goes in. I'm sorry to go back one, but I hope the Fighting Irish go into the fucking horseshoe and kick their ass. Damn it. I hate Ohio State, man.
Well, this is going to be at Notre Dame.
Oh, it's at – okay.
Yeah.
That's touchdown, Jesus. All right. That'll work. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Beat their ass. Represent Irishmen.
I like the Hartman, the quarterback from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. So it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Texas and Baylor's going to be good. Baylor hasn't been that great. So, I mean, I could see Texas playing down. They certainly didn't play that well this year. So, yeah, it could be a good game. Baylor's just not that good this year. But with it being a Texas game, you just never know. Yeah.
You just never know.
So then let's see. UCF at Kansas State. Kansas State coming off that big loss. UCF isn't a bad team, so that could be a good game. So there's just some huge games. So finally some ranked versus ranked teams. Not no
cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes.
Not no blowout.
Trying to get into the good games. So that's a cool thing right there. So
right.
All right. There you go. 20 minutes. That's my college thing. There was a lot to cover in that one. So
yeah, man.
A lot.
So you got some games you're looking forward to, and it's just funny to me that the Pac-12 and what could be their last year of their existence are representing like a motherfucker, man. It's ridiculous.
8 teams.
All the hype is all about them. It's amazing to see. It really is. That is nuts. It really is.
Well, Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so let's move on to the NFL.
Yeah, to my favorite games.
Yeah.
What's up?
So I guess we should start out with the Eagles and Vikings game now. Wookie B. Bad comes in. How you doing, Wookie B. Bad?
What is this football?
What is this foosball?
What is this foosball you speak of?
But I don't know if you got John's picks. I didn't see him put anything in there, so I don't know.
John? Yeah, I did get John's picks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not worried about. Look, if they're not here, I've got their picks. Don't worry about it. Let's just talk about what we think about the games.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I mean, I've got his picks, and I'd have to pull it up on a Google document. And I'm on vacation, man.
I'm
not
no
doing all that. I'm on vacation. Yeah.
No, I was just going to read them out. I wasn't going to show them or anything like that.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, I can say this: Kirk Cousins didn't lose this game.
No, he didn't. Yeah,
but that's for sure.
But I saw something here. Look, guys, if you're playing Philadelphia, just load up against their run, man, and try and take that away, because they were throwing the football in the first half, and the Vikings were stopping them. They were getting them off the field. He threw a pick, if I remember correctly, in the first half.
I will never understand the Eagles with their
they come out throwing the football, and then in the second half they go back to what they do best, is run the ball, and they just destroyed them in the second half.
They could have prime Adrian Peterson, and they still wouldn't run his ass until they were like, oh wait.
They showed A.J. Brown bitching at the quarterback on the sideline during this game because he wasn't getting any balls. He was bitching at him. I'm like, man, if I'm Hurts, I'm sitting there going, dude, just relax. I'll get it to you when I get it to you. You know, they're a running fucking football team. Nobody pounds the rock like they do. Why would you do anything else if you don't have to? It doesn't
they have
makes
one of the
no
best
sense to me.
Lines.
The only reason why the Vikings were in this game is because they threw the ball in the first half. You know what I'm saying? It was so silly, because in the second half, what did that kid Swift get? He'd like 176 yards rushing, something like that.
Yeah.
It was lethal. Every time he touched the ball, he got 8 yards. It was ridiculous. Why would you throw the football if you're doing that?
And that's the same thing Sanders was doing last year too.
Yeah,
I
don't get it.
Crowd's holding up sides. Run the
damn ball. Yeah. What the fuck? I mean, he did hit that big pass. What's that wide receiver's name? That fast little booger, number 6 for him.
Oh, that's Devontae Smith.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that was a big ball. But he didn't hit that until they'd been running the ball for a while. You know what I'm saying? You got to run the ball first to set up that passing game, especially for Hurts, because his accuracy is, you know what I mean? The guy's a tank. I wouldn't want to tackle him, but if he has a weakness, it's accuracy on some of these balls, you know? And I didn't understand that at all. I really didn't, because when they went to the rushing game in the second half, Minnesota couldn't stop him for shit. I know that defense was just demoralized in the second half because they couldn't do anything. It got to where they had. I saw one play where their first penalty was a defensive lineman trying to jump the snap count to make something happen. Hurts got him with a fake snap. You know what I mean? That's when you know they're demoralized, dude. They're just trying anything to try and get in there and stop them, you know? And
that's one thing I've noticed in college football is I've seen a lot, or a few times, where you can definitely tell the difference between a QB that knows how to do count like that and one that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
When a quarterback's in control of it and he's in control of his line, it's so good, and then you get the opponent to jump, and then compared to like a QB that's like a backup who's never done it, comes in and tries to do it. Like I think Tulane tried it last week with their backup QB.
Right.
It just fell flat. Like nobody jumped. Nobody's gonna get faked out by that. But there was a couple this week. I think that their QB did it, and it gave them the game. Like it's helping not so much. I just think it's interesting when you get between the two. the difference. You see the difference between the two. The ones that can really do the snap or jump count.
Yep. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has made half of his career on that shit.
Yeah, right.
He just has, and I mean, when it happens in a game like that late in the game, it's because the defense is just gassed, and they were killing them with that running game. They couldn't handle it, man. It was ridiculous. And why they were throwing the ball in the first half, I didn't understand. I really didn't. I was like, but to your point, Cousins did not lose in that ball game. Usually in a game like this, Cousins is usually, he makes a mistake, and then him and his offensive coordinator or his friggin' wide receivers will be in an argument on the sidelines. Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the first game here. What do we got? Now I haven't actually really looked this guy. I've been so into college right now.
Yeah,
but I barely looked at the NFL games. And
okay. To give you some insight here, Atlanta's got a really good running back that they drafted.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh my God.
I'm not completely. I am playing fantasy football, so I do know the big players.
Well, we're going to see this one locally because the Saints are on tomorrow night, and
we have 8 games at the 1:00 period, and hopefully I'll get to see them all because I got the 2 TVs. Yeah. And they can both play 4 games at a time. So
second game of the Jordan Love era.
Yeah. No, he did good last week. He did.
He did.
This is going to be This is kind of a tough call because can he do it consistently? Is still the question.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Green Bay. I got to mark this down because I got to mark down your picks. I've got everybody else's, but I got to get yours. I picked. Let me see who I took in this game. Hang on. I'm going to be flipping around in this book a little bit today. This one I took Atlanta. Because they're at home.
Yeah,
that's why I took them. Purely because they're at home. I think it's an evenly matched game.
I'm in the same vein. I'm thinking the same thing too. Just the Falcons, just because it's at home. It's kind of if it was in Green Bay, I would pick Green Bay.
Yeah.
I
think it's evenly matched. The Falcons have a good young team. I don't think they're going to contend for the division this year. I think that's going to be between Tampa and the Saints, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm not guaranteeing shit. It's just I think that one and the Panthers are going to be on the bottom half of the division. I think they're still learning. They looked good last week, but who did they play last week? I don't remember. Who
Panthers.
They played. Yeah, so the 2 guys that are going to be fighting for the bottom. Yeah, so, but just because they're the home team, I give them the edge in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same.
Okay.
It's going to be an interesting. We're still learning.
Yeah, they're young. That team is young.
Look how many teams have new quarterbacks this season. We got Green Bay with Love. He's not a rookie, but
he's not a rookie like the guy that's playing for Atlanta. No.
Well, Atlanta's not a rookie either. He's
not? Okay.
Year. No, Ritter is he's in his second year, third year, maybe.
Is he one of these running quarterbacks or?
No, not really. No.
Okay.
No, he didn't do a lot. I think he's from Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. But he's he's more of a pocket guy, I believe. But correct me if I'm wrong, Jack. So yeah, I'm going to go with Falcons on that one too.
Okay, cool. What's next?
Let's see here. Las Vegas at Buffalo. The Raiders.
Las Vegas at Buffalo. Well,
I know who I want to win. So
I know who should win.
Buffalo.
It should be Buffalo. Buffalo should win this running away. But they've got a moron at quarterback. So there's no telling. Just depends on which Josh Allen shows up. That's the thing. Buffalo fans, I hate it for you, but you've got a really talented quarterback that has nothing between the ears football-wise. He plays backyard football all the time. They should have demolished the Jets. As soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, they should have destroyed that team. They should have destroyed them. And he gave that ball to them at every chance he could. Now, in his defense, Yes, the Jets have a good defense. They're really good. Robert Saleh is a great defensive mind. But my brother agrees with me, as you can see. Yeah, Josh Allen blows. He does. He does. And it's a shame because he's a talented dude physically. He really is. But he does not have the football acumen up here.
I'm trying to remember how much preseason Josh Allen played in. I don't really
Probably none.
So maybe that was his preseason game last week.
This is the deal. We've got the football illiterate running the show in Buffalo, and then we got the guy that can't hit the broadside of a barn with a football playing quarterback for the friggin' Raiders. So there's no telling, what's going to happen in this game. If the Raiders pound the rock and keep it out of Garoppolo's hands, they've got a chance to win this game. But I just think
they couldn't run against the Broncos. It was Garoppolo that beat us.
Yeah,
so, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No.
But I think I took Buffalo in this one. I don't see them laying an egg 2 weeks in a row. It's their home opener. Of course, Josh Allen's going to be a little bit more mindful of the football this week. He does this. He'll have a 4 fucking turnover game and then turn around and roll up 40 on somebody. You know what I mean? And then a couple weeks later, he'll throw more picks, and he's so up and down, man. But I took Buffalo at home because I just don't see them dumping two in a row. I just don't. So
yeah.
Are you picking your division in this one, man?
No, I'm definitely. I definitely think
Super Bowl champ Jimmy G. Exactly. He was on the sidelines in that Super Bowl, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Listen, the scout team had to play against somebody. Okay.
So who you got in this one, Mike?
I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the. I think Vegas definitely played better last week than people thought they were going to be starting out.
Mm-hmm.
I hated watching it. I hate watching my Broncos lose again.
Well, if anybody knows how to get the most out of Jimmy G, it's Josh McDaniels. So
that's true.
He's coached him before.
It is his offense. So
yeah. So
for sure.
And
then you got Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And it was actually Jacoby Myers was just destroying us.
Yep.
Oh man, look at that. Oh, come on. Oh.
Raiders in the shocker, Danny says. There you go. All right. Let's see.
So next up, we got
Danny, do you want me to change your pick, brother, after this discussion? Because you picked Buffalo, homeboy. Do you want me to change that pick for you? Let me know in the chat. Anyway, what's next? Baltimore. Oh, dude. Bengals. He says no. He's taking Buffalo. He's talking that noise, but he's keeping Buffalo. All right.
Let's look at it live. No.
Right? No.
Okay. No. All right. I can't pull the trigger. Got it.
Dude, I'm telling you, I want to watch every game in this division this year. I really do. This is.
Yeah, I need.
This is going to be a fun division to watch all year long. Just because of offenses, man.
I had Tyreek Hill on one of my teams last week, and I still lost.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
I think part of that was Joe Burrow laying an egg.
Yeah, well, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
I don't see him doing that 2 weeks in a row.
Well, you better not, because I need him to.
I picked Cincinnati in this one, man. And once again, just because it's the home team. I mean, these are two talented football teams, man. Look, the AFC North division is going to be a track meet this year, man. Whoever has the most high octane offense is going to win this thing, man, because they have got some offenses that will compete with anybody. They're I guess most inexperienced offense is the one in Pittsburgh, and that was just a tough beginning of the season for them. They played, in my opinion, the best team in the NFC with the best defense in the NFC in totem. Now, some people may say it's Dallas, but Dallas is built to stop a pass. We'll see how Dallas is when they play Philly the first time, or San Francisco. They've got San Francisco in a couple of weeks, I think, and we'll see how they do against a team that pounds the rock. But man, these teams in the AFC North, that they are, I mean, like I said, the most inexperienced offense has Pickens and Pickett on it. And you saw what they did in the preseason. Once they get to gelling on that shit, that's going to be pretty neat to watch, you know? And they're going to be able to do it against some of these defenses in this division. They're not that great. Yeah, cow flop. Yeah, exactly. They played the Giants last week. Don't read too much into that, fans. They played the Giants. Giants even making the playoffs last year was a fluke. Just was.
For this one, I think I'm going to go Ravens. I need Bengals to prove it to me a little bit after getting just walloped by the Browns. You know?
That's not a bad pick because we all know the Ravens can go damn near undefeated during the season. They just choke in the playoffs. So you know.
Right. Yeah, they're great early on. It's just it is.
But I just think they're going to shore up the protection issues this week. That's what they're concentrating on. They're going to work on that.
Yeah, they've been shoring up the offensive line for 2 years now, I think it is. So
yeah, and my brother's
not working.
Yep. AFC North, just a physical division, Danny says. Yeah, they are. They beat each other up, man. They do.
Not as physical as the days of old, but not bad.
Yep. Okay, so we're split on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Seattle at Detroit.
I am pulling for my Seahawks, but I picked the Detroit Lions. They are on a fucking roll.
Yeah, huge win.
As long as they don't start smelling their own farts, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just like, okay, we beat Kansas City. We're done. We're done for the season, guys. That's it. 1-16.
Yeah, right. We beat the Super Bowl champs. It's over now, right? As long as they don't start reading their own news clippings, man, I don't see this team slowing down.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see the shot they got of the end of last season with Green Bay and running Rodgers out of Green Bay.
And don't discount that. That was a message to the Green Bay Packers. That was a message to them. Guess what, folks? There may be a new sheriff in town. They kept them boys. The friggin' Packers were going to the playoffs if they won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit said, no, you shall not pass. Yeah, he's talking about the line in Cincinnati. Lions eat sea chunks. Yes. I see this coming. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see my boys show up and win. We won this one last year. It was a track meet. I think we won it 48-45 was the final score. But there was no defense played in the fucking game. I can tell you that. And both of the quarterbacks had a QB rating of over 120. It was ridiculous. They had a field day, the both of them. It's like watching a 7-on-7 drill this game was last year. It was crazy. But I don't know. Geno's had his comeback. He's coming back down to earth, and they're on the road in Detroit. Nah, I just don't see it. I'm pulling for him, but yeah, I got Detroit. You got Detroit as well, I take it?
Yeah, I'm going Lions.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great win. I'm just hoping, like you said, that they don't smell their own fart. And last week was a very emotional win.
Interesting stat I heard today. I think Goff's run without an interception is third per attempts right now. He has thrown 360 plus balls without an interception now. He's third on the streak of attempts without an interception. He's third on the list now all time. And he's threatening. I think the top one is 400, I think, plus. And I can't remember who it was, but he is threatening that record. And I think he's aware of it. And I think, look, the thing I did notice against Kansas City, and this is always my knock on him because, I watched him twice a year when he was with the Rams. Whenever he would be under duress, he always stepped back in the rush. I was like, I know Sean McVay's not teaching him to do that. I know he's teaching him to step up, right? Is it 359 so far? Yeah. And the record's 402. Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, of course. And Tom Brady at 399. Yeah. So, the big knock I had on him is he always drifted back into the rush and cost them yards. He'd take sacks and all this other stuff. Watch that tape from last week. He's stepping up into the pocket now. He finally learned his lesson about that shit, and it makes him a dangerous passer. And they're running an offense that's tailor-made for him because they run these deep ins. And, yeah, he's tailor-made for it, man. He's doing really well. It's impressive. What's Gridiron Master saying there? I like a slow
game of football. Up-tempo offense is a gimmick that attacks the rules of the game rather than the defense itself. I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, dude, I'm with you completely. I remember when Chip Kelly came in the league, he was going to run a play every 15 seconds. I was like, well, then you're going to fucking kill your defense, you dumb shit. And we see where he's at now. He's back in college somewhere, isn't he?
He's at UCLA. He's at UCLA with
UCLA. Yeah,
they're,
go ahead, do that
24.
in college. That's a fun college scheme. It don't work in pro football. You have to give a defense rest. I have seen. Knock. You can attest to this. You can have a world-class defense, but it will crumble under the weight of a bad offense, won't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If they're on the field constantly, guess what?
Despite the fact of them being on the field for so long, they were still top 5.
I mean,
they could have been number 1 if they had just not been on the field as much.
Yeah, if they'd have just gotten a couple of first downs, a few more points, just all they needed was 10 points a game, more, and they'd have been world beaters. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Just ask the Saints of old before they got the defense that put them in the Super Bowl, right?
And the other thing with the Chip Kelly one, though, was that he had 2 guys in their prime. He had Deshaun Jackson on one side, and then he had LaShawn McCoy coming out the other side. So you literally had to cover. That was what made it so effective, was those 2 guys, because you had to cover the entire field.
Yep.
Because you had no way of knowing which way they were going to go, and that's what made it so effective. So, what's this? James said, headline news: Seattle closing up shop and moving to Alaska.
Fucking right. Do it. Make them the Fairbanks Falcons or something. I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
I love the boys, but man, yeah. I what we're seeing is the tail end of Pete Carroll's run is what we're seeing. And, it was a great run, but yeah, it's time for Pete to get replaced,
Oh man, you're ready to move on from Pete?
I love Pete. Don't get me wrong, but he's in his 70s now, man.
This is like when the Broncos moved on from Shanahan. It's like it's end of an era.
I know it's an end of an era, and let's look. We can sit there and have this thing fester in our forearm kind of thing, and just get gangrenous and all that stuff. Or we could just chop it off and go ahead and get the friggin' fix now, that kind of thing. This Geno experiment's been nice. It's nice to see Geno playing well at the end of his career, but his 15 minutes are over. And, but it's time to do something else. Yeah. No doubt.
We get that.
I love my Seahawks.
Get that kid from LSU or something. Draft him and.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
People get bamboozled over tempo bullshit. I think they should add another timer before which the ball cannot be snapped, but also doesn't let the game clock tick.
You get.
No, see, I don't like that because the reason I don't like that is because sometimes you do need to change up what you're doing.
Yeah.
And going up tempo is a way to change up what you're doing. When you get a team on their heels, there's nothing like it. Yeah. There's nothing like when you can. When you
get them questioning themselves.
You don't
hurry up and watch shit.
You don't let them sub. You can't let them. No, see, that's the thing. Make subs like that. That's the thing you would want to prevent on defense. So I don't think you should take that out of the game. Mm-hmm. So where you're like, every play you have to.
Tom Brady got. I guarantee you, Tom Brady got a quarter of his touchdowns on going hurry up when they were.
And how many times did Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah,
you talk about his you talk about his off. Calling. How about his getting 12 men on the field?
Yeah. When they smell blood in the water. An experienced quarterback can take advantage of a defense quickly.
Absolutely. So, I unfortunately with that one, I don't agree with as far as changing it to where they.
No, you don't change it. But any football coach worth a shit in the NFL would not be running a play every 15 seconds the whole game.
Right, yeah. And you wouldn't do that but
you'll gash your defense, and
especially like on a turnover. If your defense gets a turnover, go at them. Attack. Why do you think they do the long ball afterwards?
Oh, yeah. It's because the defense isn't ready. They're having to jump up, grab their helmets, and get in there, and I mean, it's,
exactly. Yeah. There's reasons to do the up tempo, so I definitely don't think you should get rid of it. All right.
What's next? Indianapolis at Houston.
Yeah.
Houston Texans.
I tell you what.
Texans.
I think. Let's see one more on this. So you could still play faster, just not to the point where the refs are falling over themselves to get the ball set as fast as you can.
Well, that's their own fault with these fucking idiot rules of that
get the hell out of
holding
the way.
up the game and shit. Don't even get me started.
That they got it. That's a rough problem. That's not a football team problem.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I think of all the rookies so far, Anthony Richardson is probably, at least in 1 week, we only got 1 week sample, but I think he looked the best of the bunch.
Of the youngsters?
Yeah.
Well, he's got wheels like none of the rest of them. So,
right. I just think it helped.
And he paid for it.
Oh,
now,
he did.
That last hit he took, that was scary. Now, is he starting today?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything otherwise, but I haven't kept up too much on it.
He wasn't in concussion protocol this week or anything?
If he was, I think it would have been bigger news if he.
Yeah, right. I think I took Houston because they're the home team in this one. Yeah, I did. And it's two rookies. I really can't read anything into this one, but Richardson has looked good. Did Houston get blown out last week? I'm not sure. I forgot the result already.
I don't think so.
I don't even know who they played. I don't have my sheet from last week here. But you're right. Richardson looked good. Here's the thing. Their running back isn't walking through that door. That's for damn sure. They were behind most of the game last week, so I don't know. I just got to give it the home team in this one because it's two inexperienced teams.
Oh, they faced the Ravens. That's right. Yeah, it's 25-9 Ravens.
Houston played a solid game against the Ravens. That's what I heard. I know it wasn't a blowout.
Right. They just couldn't score.
Yeah. Jaguars, Dan. I see you. He's a closet case Jaguars fan. He loves them.
I think I like the defense more for Indy, so that's why I'm going to go Indy.
Okay.
I think Houston in a couple of years they're going to be awesome.
They have the quarterback on both sides of the ball for the next decade. It's how fast are they going to learn the game? That's the thing. Yeah, for sure.
And are they? Is Stroud going to be given the time to learn the game? That's probably one of my biggest irks of the NFL today.
They're quick with the hook now. In today's world, they are. Yeah.
Peyton Manning wouldn't have been given another chance.
No. Aikman wouldn't have been given another chance either after a 1-15.
But you got people like Josh Rosen, who got screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And they, the Cardinals quickly went after, Kyler Murray, and just like
holy shit!
Oh man,
what is this?
What do we got here?
What is this all about?
Listen. You're muted. I can't hear you. You're not.
I hadn't said anything yet.
Okay. I thought you did. Oh man, how's it going, John?
This is all about. I went to breakfast before Sunday school this morning at church, and I finally found something that I probably shouldn't eat because it went right through me. So I'm home.
Okay.
So since I'm home, thought I'd jump on and because at the time I didn't know flight got bumped, so I thought it was just Knock here by himself. So I'm like, well, since I'm going home, I'll jump on and help him out.
It would have been awkward me talking to myself, but maybe we've just been talking to chat.
Yeah, we're not leaving till tomorrow at noon. So
I appreciate it, though. I'll need you on Wednesday, though.
Yeah, he's planning on doing the Wednesday show, so I'm working on something for that right now.
Quite a bit here. It's going to be interesting, but learning a lot.
Let's see.
But, so okay, let's catch up, John. So you saw the Eagles game. What did you think of that one, real quick?
It was pretty much what was expected.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the insight.
Well, I knew it was going to be a fairly close game, but it's still. I mean, Eagles just have way more weapons than the Vikings do at this point.
And then so we got Green Bay at Atlanta. What you got there?
I believe I went with Green Bay. I'll have to double check.
I have not pulled up your picks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation, guys.
Okay.
I'm not pulling up shit.
I'll pull up my picks real quick. Give me a second here.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
It's good to see the champs in the house. Is your boy playing today, or is he out for another week?
He's out. He's playing.
He's playing. Kelsey's playing?
Kelsey's playing.
Oh, shit. Then I got to change my father's pick. My father said if Kelsey plays, he picked the other team. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, he picked Jacksonville, but he said that if Kelsey's playing, you're sure he's playing?
Last time I checked.
Okay.
Let's check fantasy football.
When we get to that pick, we'll look at that.
Let's double check that in fantasy football real quick.
But who'd you pick in that one? Green Bay, Atlanta?
I did pick the Packers.
Okay. There you go. What about Las Vegas, Buffalo?
I had to put an asterisk next to Dad's pick for the year.
Yeah. At some point, we always put an asterisk next to my father because he will somehow disappear. I won't be able to get him on the phone, and then he'll send in his picks like at halftime of that Sunday, and him being Dad, we'll put it down, but we always put an asterisk next to him.
Yep.
About Las Vegas to Buffalo.
I'm going with the Bills.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Baltimore at Cincinnati.
I am actually going with the Bengals, even though they lost last week.
Thank you. Tell him, John. Tell him what's up. He's the one that's been beaten by him in the AFC Championship game in his own house, so he knows what I'm talking about. They're not going to lose 2 in a row, I don't think.
All right. So then we got Seahawks at Detroit.
I actually went with the Lions on this. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, don't worry. I went with them.
Joe picked
you kidding me?
So.
Yeah.
And then we got
one thing's for sure. If you're a betting person, bet the over in this game. Like I said, last year it was a track meet. There was no defense played in this game. So, yeah.
And then Colts at Houston.
I actually went with Houston.
Yeah, me too. I just went with them.
No, that makes sense.
Look, in a tie, I go with the home team always because everything's going to lean their way. Calls, everything.
All right. So now I think we're all cut. Hey, look at that! Just in time.
And he's here just in time for the discussion about those limping world champions going into the Young Bucks, Jacksonville, the Jaguars.
This is going to be a chance. This is going to be a chance for the Jaguars, right? This is their chance to show. We're
watching,
for real in the AFC. We're for real. Okay. Last year wasn't a fluke. We didn't come back against the Chargers down 27-0 for no reason. Okay, right. So this is their chance. Are they going to do it? No.
None of us picked them, huh? No. Yeah.
I want to. I
do too. I'm rooting for them in this game, but I just don't see Kansas City dumping 2 in a row.
We've got both Kelsey and Chris Jones back.
Yeah, Chris Jones got signed. They
Chris Jones going to be playing with attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, did you see his tweet? He said he saw, some of what he took personally, some of what was said about him on Twitter. He kept receipts.
Well, we still haven't beaten out Terry Bradshaw. Oh, well.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan. We'll talk to you later, buddy. I love you, man. I will let you know what's going on with the trip. Love you. What did Chris Jones say in his tweet? What did he say?
Oh, he said that he took personally some of the things that was said about him when he was holding out, and he kept receipts.
Ooh, shit! Oh man! Oh boy! Well,
Somebody's going to be
Trevor
playing
Lawrence
with a
better
vengeance
have his
today.
head on a swivel today. That's for sure. Okay, gotcha. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, that is a large human being, man. What is he, 6'6"?
Something like that. Yeah,
wow.
And he's got some really good receivers too, man. Like getting Calvin Ridley was a steal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
absolutely steal.
I bet you Atlana'd love to have him back right now, especially with the running back they just got. Shit, dude. Wow. Yep. But yeah, I took KC. I can't see him dumping 2 in a row, and especially if Kelsey's playing, I'm down. Yeah.
And our wide receivers worked extra time on.
Well, I know. Number 19, the damn sure needed to work on the jugs machine, no doubt.
They put the glue. They put the glue on their hands and
got to stick them. No, Tony was like, Kadarius Toney was
going for coffee, guys. I'll be right back.
He was staying after practices to work on catches.
Well, he was giddy. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe. I had to. I changed the. It was his avatar. But when
holy shit! I am now a fucking Sith Lord. Great.
It was a trap. I quickly put that in there for me in case I had to do something off screen for a second. But so you can get rid of that after, Joe. Sorry about that. But no, like, and Tony was all firing back because of how bad the Giants got beat. It's like, look at that, Giants fans. Look at you're not doing so well off either.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. He got a little bit of comeuppance there. So that was interesting.
Well,
but
we got the comeuppance on the Bengals fans too.
Yeah. Just it's definitely a different game when Kelsey's in there. You can easily tell that one guy, Gray, he didn't do too bad.
No,
he's no Kelsey. He's no Kelsey. Yeah. So it's just how prepared are they going to be with Kelsey in there? Is he going to come right back in right out the gate, or are they going to have to kind of?
Well, he practiced this week. He was practicing this week, so he got reps in.
He had plenty of time for his talk show. I know that. So
yeah.
So, I've been seeing a lot of that lately.
And apparently a date with Taylor Swift.
I've heard that too. Who knows if that's true or not? But
well, if we lose, we're blaming Taylor Swift.
Yeah, right. Well, while she's on tour, making millions for each city she goes to.
Yeah.
Man, that's always one of the crazy things that you don't think about when it comes to these tours is when one person can just revitalize.
Oh yeah,
for a couple of days, that town, like just businesses, hotels, restaurants, everything. And this is for any sporting event really, or any event that's huge. Yeah. It's just how much of an impact it has on the economy of that town.
Well, even a city the size of Kansas City still feels like it when somebody like Taylor Swift comes to town.
Mm. Well, it's interesting. Like I know last night they were showing like the Colorado game, or you look at it and there's probably Colorado. There's not that many people in it, relatively, compared to some of the other states, and yet you look at just Colorado itself. The football team just got a huge crowd there just because of Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Well, the fact they're winning too,
that helps absolutely too. But they weren't winning last year. No, they've now tripled their total wins from last season. So, and it was an impressive game last night. I kind of tried to go to sleep because I was trying to be up a little extra early today for this to get started, but I kept waking up and I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna keep watching the game.
That fourth quarter comeback.
Yeah, it was. It was a great drive. We discussed a little bit earlier in the college forum, but yeah, the 98-yard drive. It was pretty. Sanders said he's not going to come to the NFL, so he's going to stay in college. So we'll see if that's true.
Is that the guy my brother was hollering for earlier? No, that's
Deion Sanders. No.
Okay. Yeah, Deion's kid.
Neon Deion. Yes. Yeah, he's getting a lot of hype, man. He's getting a lot of hype.
Well, it turns out Primetime Junior is the real deal.
Yeah.
Shedeur, yeah. Well, he has two kids on that team.
Yeah, he does.
Shiloh was the one that got the pick 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got playmakers on both sides. Yeah. I can't wait until Phillip Rivers becomes a head coach, in college.
Oh, me either. Oh, me either. Let me tell you. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
He's got 3 offensive linemen. He's got a tight end.
Yeah,
he's got
how many
quarterback.
Yeah, how many kids is going to be on his team?
1 cornerback, 1 middle linebacker.
11.
No doubt.
11.
So, did you guys get your pick in for this one? Did you get everybody's got KC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everybody but John would like the Panthers or the Jacks to win, but
what? No, everybody's pulling for the Jags is what we're doing. Yeah.
All right.
That's just the way it goes when you're the champ, John. Everybody's rooting against you, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know this. You know this.
When you're the king, everybody takes a shot.
That's right. It's good to be the king, but it's also rough to be the king.
Yep.
So we got the Bears at the Bucks.
Yikes.
Tampa Bay.
I think it's time for me to get over my love of Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's about time, dude.
It's unfortunate. It's just
he is the modern day Colin Kaepernick. Sorry,
and
bro.
then once I do that, and then Chicago goes out and just blows Tampa Bay out of the water, but they did win some games last year. But
yeah. And the guy's phenomenal when he pulls the ball down. He breaks ankles in the open field.
Honestly, I think it's more their defense more than anything else. I don't know. Their defense just if they had the same Bears defense that they had when they went to the Super Bowl versus the Colts.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking, and that defense wasn't like completely. They were turnover machines that season. Yeah. That was the big thing for that defense.
So you're taking Tampa in this one?
I'm going to take the Bucks in this one. Yeah, I think it's time to give up my hopes and dreams. I am a big fan of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
he always plays. He gets hyped.
He does. He wears it on his sleeve, dude. He lets you know what's going on. He really does. Of course, everybody remembers him planting the flag at Ohio State and everything, But I just want to see him kind of like Geno, let's get a second life for this guy because he is all about the game. He loves it. I really think he got screwed in Cleveland because he played the entire year 2 years ago hurt. Yeah. He was hurt the entire season and he played it out, and did he, no good deed goes unpunished, I guess, because they just unasked him and went with the therapist and, hey, what you going to do?
Yeah. Well, he really didn't have a whole lot of weapons in Cleveland either.
No, but all of a sudden they got him now.
Yep. He's got him now.
Mm-hmm.
No, Cleveland's got him now too.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing, arguably he had the best story last year when he stepped off the bench for the Rams. That may have been, one of the best stories that happened last year because the Rams were so beat up and nobody gave them a chance to win that game that Thursday night. And what he did was phenomenal. Hell, I don't make many videos and I made a video on that thing because I just dug it.
Did he have 2 days with the team?
2 days with the team. He got off the plane on a Tuesday, and he stepped off the bench on Thursday because the guy they picked for the starter had neck problems and could not go. Everything he was throwing was off the mark. It was killing him. You could tell it was. And he was pressed into service, and it looked ugly at the start, but ripped their guts out with 10 minutes left, man. 2 touchdown drives. It was awesome, and that's why we as fans watch even bad games to see stories like that happen, and it was one of the best stories last year. And I hope he does well with Tampa Bay. I mean, he's got big shoes to fill, but it's not like the cupboard's bare. That team was in the Super Bowl a few years ago,
Yeah.
And I mean, I give them the edge because they're at home and because I don't. Well, anybody who's watched the show knows Knock loves the guy, but I have never been sold on this dude. He's Colin Kaepernick 2.0, if you ask me. Yeah. So, hey.
At least he's not Johnny Football 2.0, though.
No, he's not Johnny Football. It's not that bad. He's not a lush and can't hit the broadside of a barn. No, he just can't hit the broadside of a barn. That's all there is to it. So, that's my thoughts, guys. Next.
All right. So we got the Chargers at Titans.
I went Titans for just one reason.
Just like I thought, Chargers Titans are boring as always.
Mm-hmm.
They were very boring last week.
Why did you go with Chargers there, John?
No, I didn't go with the Chargers. I went with
Tennessee. Why did you go with them?
Well, why do you always pick Tennessee? They've got one player that you always count on.
Yeah. They couldn't count on him last week.
No, they couldn't count on him last week, but I don't think the Chargers have an answer for him.
Yeah, he tends to do well against the Chargers. For some reason, he does. I don't know what it is about the defense, but they can't stop him. But I took the Chargers in this game, believe it or not. And it's for one simple reason. Ryan Tannehill must go, and everything must add up to that. And they need to lose every game that he starts until they get rid of that fool. Start the backup. Death from above. Nice, Pine Hawk. You go, man.
I agree. He does need to go, and as good as a quarterback as the Chargers have, I don't think their defense is going to be stout enough to handle it.
This is one of those games that's hard to call because, yes, Herbert is a generational talent. The guy's fucking awesome. He's one of the better pocket passers in the game. But his head coach is a moron. So, they could play phenomenal, and it gets down to a fourth down, and he just ends up losing the game for him with a stupid decision.
Yeah.
What's he saying there now?
Manziel was a decent-looking rookie there before the Browns cut him, but he didn't want it more than the party and personal problems. Mm-hmm. He also couldn't throw that well either.
Yeah, he was never accurate. Wasn't even accurate at A&M. He's another one. You know what he is? He's a small version of Josh Allen. That's what he is. Okay? He's got talent, but he likes to play too much Brett Favre football, backyard football, acting stupid, throwing it into trouble.
He's the Antichrist Tebow.
There you go. That's it. There you go. There it is. The Antichrist Tebow. But I see what you're saying about Tennessee, man, but I don't know, man. I think this team is going to start crumbling under the weight of Ryan Tannehill. I really do. I think this season's going to be bad for him. I think Jacksonville's about to take over this division. And I hate it for Mike Vrabel. I hope that the owners in Tennessee don't chain Tannehill to his neck. In other words, I hope he doesn't get drugged down with him because that's going to be their downfall. It's proven to be every time they make the playoffs.
Well, I've got a soft spot for Mike Vrabel. So
yeah, I do too. I love the
former
guy.
Chief.
Yeah, former Chief. Won his rings with the Patriots, and was there a funner moment in the playoffs in the last 10 years when Tennessee gets there? Or no, it wasn't. Was that a playoff game? I think it was a playoff game, wasn't it? Didn't they beat New England in the playoffs one year?
I'm thinking they did, yeah. I seem to remember a story like that.
Or it might have been regular season. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. They hadn't got down to the 5-minute mark in the game yet, and Vrabel kept taking delays a game before a punt to run the clock down.
It was a Belichick special.
And Belichick was losing his mind on the other side.
Because he did the same thing. He did the same thing.
And he was just grinning like, where do you think I learned this from, bro? You stupid son of a gun. You need to shut the hell up.
You did it.
It was great. And I love the guy. I think he's fantastic. I really do. And
I learned it from watching you.
That's right.
So I think for me, and I picked the Chargers in this one. And it's mainly because, the Chargers defense may not be up to snuff. But I can tell you what, the Titans offense is definitely not up to snuff compared to the Chargers offense. That was a shootout last week between the Dolphins and the Chargers. And there's not that many teams that are going to be in shootouts with the Chargers this season.
No.
Like the Chiefs can't do it. The Eagles could do it. Teams like that, like the upper echelon, like Miami did it. who have just amazing offensive, production. Tennessee is not an offensive juggernaut. They are smash mouth. Take your time.
They're cut out of the cloth of their head coach.
And if
play
you
good
stop the run on
defense,
them,
pound the rock, and whenever they can't take it anymore, throw it deep. That's his mantra.
Yeah. So
he's a defensive guy. So
and Chargers defense really only has one weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bosa. I mean, I would say that the safety they got back there is pretty decent.
Yeah, their safety's decent, but I mean, as far as an upper echelon weapon, they've only got one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he's a disruptive weapon. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but any coaching staff worth their salt is going to figure out a way to stop him, right? Yeah. They're going to put a tight end that side, something, but. To their credit, they move him around on that front line too. Sometimes you'll see him in the middle. Sometimes you'll see him on the opposite side. He's that kind of player. But I think Tennessee is due for a bad season. They have been. They have. I think this is the year they crumble under the weight of a bad quarterback, and I really believe that's going to happen. I think they end up second or third in the division. I could see them ended up behind the Colts, I think it lays out Jags, Colts, Tennessee, I think this is the year it happens.
No, see, me personally, I think the Derwin James is one of the best safeties in the league. And then you got Khalil Mack. Let's not forget about Khalil Mack now.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is a disruptor on the other side of Joey Bosa. So, I think this defense definitely has a lot more better, disruptors than you think.
I got you.
Can they gel?
Yep. That's the thing. Can they gel and become a unit? We'll see.
Yeah.
What's next?
All right. So, God, Joe, stop acting like you're running this show. Jesus. You're on vacation. Chill out.
It's my channel, though,
So we go, oh, God. I don't even want to discuss this game.
Right? Do we even need to talk about this damn game? Just take the home team and be done with it. No, I don't even think I took the home team because I'm not picking Arizona this whole season. I'm pretty sure I picked the Giants. Yeah, I did.
I picked the Giants.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to pick Arizona. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one to do it.
My brother did too.
I'm going to do it. The Cardinals didn't look that bad against the Commanders, and the Giants didn't look like they got off the bus. So I'm going to go with the whole home team.
Yeah, I mean that's what you do.
I don't even care about this game.
Tossing a coin, but
but that home team's the Cardinals.
The home team's the Cardinals,
but the visiting team is the Giants. So it's also like,
watch. Here we go. I picked the Giants, right? And what's going to happen is what happens in every Super Bowl that's played in frickin' Arizona. Whatever their running back's name is, that badass they got at running back is going to be slip sliding all over that field from chunks of turf coming up under.
You talking about Barkley?
Yeah, Barkley. He's going to end up slipping all over the field and fumble all over the damn place, and they'll win the game.
You know, I saw the article where they were saying that in order to change all of the fields to grass, it would cost them $12 million.
$12 million? That's a drop in the bucket for this league.
That's
a nickel.
That is nothing. I was like, man.
Well, this is the deal, though. That is a grass field in Arizona.
Yeah.
They have a field.
Sliding.
I think the sliding comes from this, Knock. They take that field and they have a retractor that takes it outside the stadium because it's a dome. And it rolls out.
I saw the video. I think everyone that watched Super Bowl saw the video of it.
But this is the thing. If you've got a field like that, how deep is it? I think that's the problem. I think they need to make the field deep enough.
The other thing was that they painted over it too.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all. Make it solid on top so it'll break under their weight and slip. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't need to talk about this game anymore. In my opinion, you let me know, showrunner, when we're going to talk about a real game.
All right. So we got 49ers at the Rams. So, it's funny with this one. I don't know what it was this year Because last year it was all for the 49ers. And this one, I think I'm just being cautious because I just think just like last year, you're just one play away from Purdy going down and then just everything, blowing up for the 49ers. Yeah. But their team is just so awesome. They're so good. They got everything. My
brother and I were discussing this morning. This is the thing about the 49ers. If you watch that Pittsburgh game, they played classic 49ers football. They hit you in the mouth on both sides of the ball, offensive or defensively. They're huge people, and they don't shy away from you. They put their shoulder in you when you're trying to tackle them. You know what I mean? You pay for it every time there's a play when you're playing the 49ers. And here's the other thing. Their defense, a lot of people, they're talking about Philly's defense. They're talking about the Cowboys defense, all this other stuff. Guys, you want to talk about an opportunistic defense. The definition is in San Francisco. If you make a mistake on offense, worry not. They're going to let you know you did. They will be taking that ball away from you. And that's their whole deal, man. They play a physical brand of football. But they're playing the Los Angeles Rams. And if anybody watches the NFC West, they will tell you the Rams love to fucking beat the hell out of teams that they are way overmatched by. They love doing it. They love being the spoiler. They do. You've heard me talk about it several times, but I'll say it again. The year we went to the Super Bowl and we were damn near unstoppable, the Rams swept our entire division. Couldn't win a game outside of it. They went 6-10 that year, but they beat everybody in the division twice. I know it's a different time and everything, but that's the kind of team they are. They are a tough team. They're a tough-minded team. Sean McVay, you can say what you want about him. Yeah, he's an offensive guy and blah, 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 but he makes those guys believe that they can pull out anything. And last time I checked, guy that pretty much has been the defensive player of the last 5 years is still on that football team.
Aaron Donald.
And he's going to be disrupting shit. And they're going to have to protect Purdy because he's going to get to him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Aaron Donald is going to be on that field today. So, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a real good game. I'll watch anything between the top three teams in this division. Seahawks, Rams, and Niners. If those any two of those three teams are playing each other, watch it. It's going to be must-see TV. The only one that's hurting in our division is Arizona. But I'm picking the Niners, but don't be surprised if Los Angeles jumps up and bites them. Don't be shocked. And to what Knox said, Aaron Donald is one step away from them looking for another quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
apparently Colin Kaepernick is available still.
What's that?
Apparently Colin Kaepernick's available still.
Oh God, come on!
I've seen the nonstop memes. They're beating a dead horse at this point.
That is a friggin' propaganda thing. That's all that is.
All I see is those damn memes with the Colin Kaepernick has agreed to terms with the Jets. The Jets haven't agreed. That's all I've seen all week is the same damn meme. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, the Colin Kaepernick's agreed to turn with the Jets not to play for them.
So who you got in this one, Knock?
I'm doing the 49ers. I'm gonna get back on the bandwagon like I should have been from the start.
You should have been from the start, man.
I was cautious. I think I just got hit with it.
Well, I think I took Pittsburgh too last week and it was mostly because of how well they were gelling in the preseason.
I did. I put a lot of emphasis on the preseason, and I've learned to not do that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't really.
Preseason used to be.
I think that was one of my upset picks was Pittsburgh because I just figured, they had a down year. It's time for them to get back on the horse because they're one of those organizations. It's not going to be long, guys. Pittsburgh will not be down for long. They won't. Yeah.
Well, preseason's just depth chart.
Yeah. Who are the backups going to be? That's basically it. Yeah.
That's all you worry about at preseason.
And positional battles.
The depth. Yeah.
Position battles, yeah. Where are you going to be on the depth chart? Yeah.
But, all right, John, what do you got? We got for 49ers or Rams?
I went 49ers.
Yep. 49ers?
Okay. Well, Rhonda knows what's up. Old Foxy knows what's up. Preseason for the backups. That's right.
Plus, I kind of have to pull for them because they're one of my defenses for fantasy football.
See, that's why I don't play fantasy football right there. That's why I don't do it.
I gotta double check my teams real quick. No, I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I think I've already set my teams up. I don't know. Oh well.
Let's talk about the real teams that are playing. Not these fantasy
they are
guys.
real. They're based on real teams. All right. Anyways.
Whatever.
Oh man. Okay. So we got the Jets at the Cowboys.
Take the under in this one. Two good defenses, man. Two really good defenses in this one.
I held my nose and picked Dallas.
You kind of have to. Like,
do you have to?
I think you kind of have to.
Yeah,
I like the Jets defense and all, but I can't believe in Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
I don't think he's necessarily bad. I don't know what to think about him, but it just I like the Dallas defense more than the Jets defense in this one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
I took Dallas. They're at home. They'd have to totally screw it up if you ask me. And
Dak can show occasional flashes of brilliance. So
yeah, he can.
All I want to see is just more of Vaughn, the little guy.
Now there's going to be a big noise come up in Dallas if he throws 3 picks today against this defense. That's the knock on him, guys. If I'm in their market and that's all I hear is the picks.
I mean,
he throws a lot of them.
What do you say if the Jets beat the Bills?
And then they beat the Cowboys in Dallas, right?
No, it was in New York. I'm sorry. And then beat Dallas. Like, what do you say to that? Like, how do you analyze that?
Then you got to sit here and go, "Ooh, shit! The measuring stick game is going to be the first one against Miami, right? That would be the measuring stick game then, right?
Sauce Gardner.
Can they shut down that high octane offense, right? If they could do that,
well, we know how to shut down the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Look,
I hate the Jets, but I do like their head coach. It's much like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate the Steelers, but I love Mike Tomlin. He's a defensive-minded, really good, motivating coach. And so is Saleh. He's a really good coach. You saw who was on the dog pile in the game-winning touchdown. He was dogpiling with the rest of the team like he was one of the players.
I always see that kind of stuff, and I'm like, man, I would not want to do that without a helmet. That's always what I think. I'm like, just dealing with these players because they're all used to banging up on each other.
There was a time when they played this game without helmets, right? You do know that.
Yeah, but you also weren't doing dog piles with people with helmets.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
Then they got these little leather things that they called helmets.
Right. There was an argument at one time, and I don't think it's that loud of a voice anymore. But there was an argument at one time. If you want to reduce the injuries, take away their helmets. They will stop leading with their heads when you do that. And it's a good argument. It really is. So, anyway, about this game, I don't see any way Dallas loses this game. I mean, the Jets defense. The Jets defense is going to carry this team.
Turnover and special teams would be the reason.
Yeah,
like maybe taking a putt back for a touchdown.
And let's see who's their. Is it Cook? Is that their running back? Dalvin Cook? Is that the Jets?
They got Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. Yeah, both of them.
If they can run the rock, that is the weakness of the Dallas defense is running the rock. They're going to have to pound the rock like it's nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this defense is built to stop a passing game. If they have to rely on Zach Wilson to win this game, they're going to lose it by 40 points, just like the Giants did. But if they can run the rock, they got a chance. I'm taking Dallas, though. Yeah, I don't believe in Zach Wilson at all. I just don't. He's another one of these Brett Favre-ian, get me outside the pocket, play backyard football. Yeah, I know you guys love these running quarterbacks and shit, but you know what? The guys that keep winning Super Bowls, they stay in the pocket.
And they run the ball.
No, not very often.
You can tell me Patrick Mahomes never runs the ball?
I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell you he wins games from the pocket, bro.
He can.
Yeah.
Ask John.
He wins games by going Superman and throwing.
He wins games from the pocket
to the ground.
Whatever.
He does do that too. So, the problem is Patrick Mahomes kind of does everything. So,
okay. Now we got the Commanders at Denver. If this was in, I wouldn't be on the show right now if this was in Washington because I'd be at this game. But unfortunately, it's in Denver. So Commanders at the Broncos. Commanders barely beat the Cardinals last week, and Denver barely lost to the Raiders last week.
And look, he's minimizing it now. Trust me, the texts I got last week during the game were not minimized.
No, it was.
He
What's funny?
He damn near wrote them in all caps. He was like, "I can't believe I'm putting up with this shit again." We lost by 1 point
because it was another close game, and it was the most frustrating part was that Russell Wilson didn't look bad. The defense did not stop. Jacoby Myers, this fucking nobody, caught like 10 catches for like over 100 yards. Like they couldn't stop him.
Damn.
They could not. It wasn't even Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams did okay, but it wasn't even him that was killing us. It was Jacoby Myers, and that was so frustrating. And then again, we lose by a fucking field goal. Like
who's your defensive coordinator now?
God bless it. He was our head coach a couple of years ago. They brought him back.
Gotcha.
I don't know why I'm blanking it.
Vance
Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah. And
they'll get there. Yeah.
So frustrating. Like I said, Russell Wilson didn't look that bad. He actually had a really good stat line. Relatively to 4.
Right. Did he throw picks? Bless you.
If he did, it was like only one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he threw it.
But he didn't look bad. Okay.
But it was very frustrating seeing the offense do better. But
hey, young lady, how you doing? Good to see you.
We do get Jerry Jeudy back this year or this game, so hopefully we'll have a lot more explosiveness on our offense. We need some big plays.
I took Denver. I just they're at home. Washington's going all the way across the country.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my Broncos as well. Hopefully,
I went with the Redskins.
Wow. When are they showing up?
That's not a team, so you're going to have to
say the Commanders are playing this week.
You're going to have to pick a team there, buddy.
Okay. I will pick the team that's playing the Broncos.
Okay.
He refuses to even call them Commandos.
I don't know. I really hope we have an offensive explosion. We need to. I hope we have a beatdown. We need a beatdown. We need a college style. Nice,
I mean, how many weapons on offense are hurt right now? You've got some guys out, man. Yeah, you've got. There's a reason why they're not scoring a lot of points. I mean, even though
and our tight end got hurt in the last game. So our top tight end, and we let Alvaro go. I'm still kind of mad about that, but apparently there was somehow 4 tight ends better than him.
I think you're going to get better week to week.
It was the blocking. That's what got him in the end. He's not. He's one of those. Just we had that a few years ago with what's his name? He ended up going to Miami for a couple seasons. Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I forget his first name, but he was our tight end. He was really good with Manning there.
Okay.
And then we let him go, but he was just horrible on run blocking. So that's why that was the great vertical threat. Like if you were playing him on Madden. His would be vertical threat. Like that's it. Like no blocking whatsoever. No, nothing to do with the blocking scheme. Not the guy you want to go get J.J. Watt or something like that.
See, that's what just not to keep coming back to the Chiefs, but that's what makes Kelsey so dangerous because he can block. That guy is
he likes to do it.
Yeah, he loves doing it. Yeah,
he likes it when things get chippy.
That's it. He likes hitting.
Oh, you want to go there, huh?
But yeah, I got Denver. You got Denver, John. I guess you've got the Washington football team or whatever the hell they're calling them.
Yeah, the Washington football team.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
All right. So there we go.
Tonight.
Sunday night game.
The big one. My honey is looking forward to this.
The whole game, but I'm sure I'll try to get it at least to halftime before I go to sleep. But
we're gonna watch every second of it because both of us are on vacation.
Yeah. I go back to work tomorrow, unfortunately.
Got a feeling I'll be I will be pouring up a Malibu and pineapple with grenadine for wifey poo tonight. Got a feeling she's going to be in a celebratory mood.
I feel like this is a biased pick right here. I'm not sure. Not sure about
this. No, it can't be a biased pick, can it? No, nothing like that.
No, but the offense just went off last week. And
have you seen how many of these guys on NFL Network are picking New England to win this? Have you seen this?
I don't
get a bunch of them. I'm like, what are you smoking?
These are the same people that picked the Eagles over the Chiefs last year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of them.
The Eagles had a chance.
it was everybody picking the Eagles, and I'm like, all right,
okay, sure,
we'll show you.
I think that's a more believable pick than the Eagles.
This one right here,
this one right here. So I could see that one more. They were definitely an exciting team. Plus, they were boasting like the best defense in the league.
Look, all I know is this: Philadelphia gave the New England Patriots every chance in the world to win that game last week, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
they came back.
And I do know for a fact that Miami's offense is a hell of a lot more explosive than the Philadelphia Eagles.
As long as
they are going to light that fucking team up. What is it? Belichick likes to take what you're good at away, right? Who the fuck does he take away?
Tua.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to blitz Tua every down, and then he just dumps it to Tyreek, and he takes off for 75 yards on a 5-yard in, right? I mean, come on, man.
If that's true, then Teddy Bridgewater could have did it, but he didn't. So just take out Tua. That's all you got to do. That's the only reason I just can't get more hyped.
Well, it's going to be a bounty bowl.
Just push him to the ground, and then he's like he's gone.
That's true. He's the man of glass. You do have to get to him. But if last week was any indication, dude, Bosa sometimes was unblocked, and he was getting rid of that ball so fast, didn't have a chance, didn't even sniff him.
Mm.
I mean, if they continue this quick passing game they're using, they're going to be hard to stop, dude. How many yards Tyreek Hill have last week?
Over 200.
It was over 200 yards.
220 something.
And who's the guy on the other side of him?
Waddle.
Waddle.
And this guy doesn't suck, okay? I mean, which one do you take away? You can't. You can't. I mean, you double one of them, the other one's running free and is going to scorch your ass. I mean, it's just, wow. These guys are tough. But to you guys' point, they're going to go as far as Tua takes them.
Yeah.
Because they've got to keep him on 2 feet. They have got to protect him. No doubt. I don't even think this team needs a running game at all. You know?
And they got
just make the quick screen game your running game. Kind of like the Chiefs did for many, many years.
Mostert's a pretty decent running back, too. And he's fast. Yeah. He's super fast. He's like he gels with that team perfectly as a running back. He's super fast. As
long as Tua's upright, I'm taking the Dolphins every fucking week. I don't even give a shit who they're playing.
You know what's funny? This Dolphins team is my team in Madden.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing but a bunch of speedsters on the outside John, and that running back.
If you want a real-life version of my team in Madden,
that's it.
This is my offense.
The Miami Dolphins.
Here. Yep. I build my offense. I buy my defense.
That's it. He gets veterans on defense, and then he builds the offense for a bunch of speedsters. That's all he gives a fuck about. He gets the high draft picks, and then he finds the fastest dudes he can get his hands on.
I can't do that anymore. Madden has fucked up the draft so much that
let's not get on the Madden thing.
Yeah,
let's not get
unfortunately, my old tricks don't work anymore as far as that goes in Madden because they fucked over the drafting.
Madden's a fucked up game anyway.
It's just
bad.
But
Miami Dolphins all day long in this one. And I love you guys know I love the New England Patriots. That's my second team, but they ain't got a chance in this one. Sorry, Dad. Your team's going down tonight. Sorry.
Yep, I'm picking the Dolphins because we still got 2 to 3 games before they lose Tua.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. If they can keep him on 2 feet all year long, they're going to be hard to stop, man.
Oh, man. Woo! Good
What?
thing I caught this.
What?
Greg Zerloin's out. Oh, man.
For who? Who's he cooking for now? Who's he kicking for?
He's in the he's with the Jets.
Oh, okay.
Man, I almost went without a kicker, guys. We have to lock in there.
Listen up, fantasy boy.
Yeah. Well, I was about to do this solo, so there was going to be a fantasy.
Oh, you can still do it. It's your show, man. Do what you want.
There was going to be a fantasy.
But we got to get the picks done. We still got shit too after this. Why are they doing 2 Monday night games? They usually do that on opening weekend.
Yeah.
Did they not do it because of Aaron Rodgers and the Jets being on 9/11? Is that why they didn't do it that week?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it was Aaron Rodgers' big to do, and he's to done. So
he's to done. The football god said, "No, the Jets shall not have nice things. Get some." Too funny. Let's see. Where is my stuff? Here we go.
Oh yeah, and Aaron Jones is out too. Damn.
All right. Let's go with this and that. Dead air, people. Dead air.
Right. That's right. Sorry. You have to lock this stuff in before 1 o'clock, man.
I know.
Yeah.
We only got 25 minutes. I know.
Okay.
I'm doing mine too, so don't.
So the first Monday game is the Saints at the Panthers. I don't care for either two of these games. So interesting. So Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
I like Bryce Young. It's just he's not going to do much this year. This is going to be a learning year for him, I think. I think Derek Carr is more established. He's the vet. You go with the vet on this one. He's got decent wide receivers. Still waiting for Kamar to get back so he can do something for my fantasy team. But I'm keeping him on my bench for now. But he's just I just have him in wait. But I'm gonna go with the Saints on this one. I think they're the more established team, and their defense is pretty good too.
These rookies are going to have a long season.
Yeah.
Allen has been the coordinator for this defense. I mean, I know he's the head coach, but he's in charge of the defense, has been for 5 years now. They're gelling really well. They're the reason why they won last week. There was only one touchdown scored in that game last week, and it was by the Saints. Carr looked really tentative in the first half. He was double clutching. He wasn't releasing the ball on time. It was almost like he was afraid to make a mistake, But in the second half, I don't know what they did to coach him up in the second half. He started getting rid of it on time and winging it, and it showed. They were slicing him up in the second half, and that's when they scored the touchdown. Who was it they played last week? I forgot.
The Saints?
Yeah. Anyway, that defense.
The Titans.
The Titans. They got several picks. They shut down the running back, the Hulk. They shut him down. They mustered 5 field goals. They never got in the end zone, though. They never got in the end zone, and the Saints did, and that's why they won. They won at 16-15 by 1 point. And I think that's their formula. I think they're going to play great defense, and what it looks like to me is this is another defensive-minded team. They're gonna tell Carr, hey, just manage the game. Don't fuck it up for us. Lattimore looked good yesterday. The guy that plays on the other side of him looked good. Last week. This defense is opportunistic. Don't sleep on the Saints defense. They're good. They're good at what they do. And they still got Cameron Jordan. And he was showing out during the game too. He was terrorizing Ryan Tannehill. So forced a couple of picks. Like I said, they're going to be a run first, game managing David Carr. Don't fuck it up for the defense kind of thing. And
then once Kamara comes out, they can start opening up a little bit.
Right. Once he's off a suspension, then they can start opening up the offense. But I think they're still going to be run heavy. This is the way defensive-minded guys are, you know. So, I give it New Orleans too. Yeah, absolutely.
You got John?
I'm going with the Saints.
Yep.
Saints.
Yep.
I do think they're right now they're definitely the more established team.
Yeah.
Just more reliable, more consistent. I think you still got that. You don't know what you got with Carolina.
Yeah, and it's a rookie quarterback. You know, he's got to take his lumps.
You know,
rookie quarterback against a really good to better defense. I'll take the defense all day long. You know, they're gonna make that kid make a mistake, no doubt. Cameron Jordan's gonna be introducing himself to him. You know,
yeah, right.
And guess what? You get to play him twice a year, buddy. Yeah.
All right, so what are we thinking? We think the Steelers bounce back in this one. We got the Browns.
I'm glad this is on national television so I can see it, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be I won't get to watch the whole game again. I can't watch these late night games. They all end at midnight, so I can never watch them all the way through. So.
But yeah.
But I'll, most of these I'll try to get to at least halftime. But of course, it's not going to start at 8:15. It's going to start at 8:35. Which makes it even worse for me. If you're going to pick a time, start the fucking game at 8:15.
Right.
You know, if you're going to do the pregame shit, start it at 8 o'clock, and then start the game at 8:15. I hate this. Take 30 minutes to do all these, and then we keep adding anthems to the beginning of the games. There's more and more anthems. Just come on, guys. One anthem starts the game. Let's go. Too much pregame stuff.
Although I do have to give a shout out to local talent. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, who played the national anthem for the opening of the Colts game there in Indianapolis last week.
Yeah, I'm good with the anthem. I'm tired of the other anthems. There's like three new anthems now, and it's just they're starting to pile up.
There's only one national anthem, damn.
Right? Yeah, you would think so. You wouldn't know that.
But in this game, I think Pittsburgh bounces back. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets in this division this year, and I think this is the first one. Cleveland looked great on offense last week. Deshaun Watson, with a year under his belt, looks good. He's got weapons. They're high-powered. But, it's a division game, and this isn't the 49ers. Pickett's going to have I'm sure that they had to figure out how to block – or excuse me, what am I trying to say? The defensive line of the Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett, they're going to have an answer for him. Other than him, though, I don't know what they have on that front line. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get a tight end to help with that guy or a running back, chipping, something like that to keep him off Pickett long enough, I think they can make some noise in this game. I picked Pittsburgh in this one. I picked the home team in this one.
Every enclave is going to have their anthem now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still kind of leaning the Browns just because the Steelers let me down so badly last week. And it wasn't against the 49ers. Man, this could be an overreaction.
Did they let you down, or did San Francisco show up like San Francisco does? I mean, come on, man.
No, I am going to stick it out with the Steelers, though. I do think they could bounce back. I am still thinking they could be a scary offense. Mm-hmm. It's just offensive line.
They got to get Harris going. That's one thing that they didn't have.
That's what I was going to say. The biggest thing is Najee Harris has to step up. This is the year. Either he does good this year, or they just let him go. I don't see why you keep him around if he's just not going to produce for you.
So you're taking Pittsburgh in this game?
I'm kind of leaning Browns, but I think I'm going to stick with the Steelers. I think last week it was 49ers are such a good team.
I guarantee you the coaching staff just flushed that. Yeah. I guarantee you they did.
And so, I think they're going to get a better start this week. It was all about the start. They got creamed in the first quarter. Like that was
they did.
Like it was hard to come back from that. So
if
they get a better start.
San Francisco jumped all over them. I mean, that's
So I definitely think Cleveland, took advantage of the Bengals last week.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, and they should have. The Bengals were worthy of being taken advantage of. So hopefully the Steelers will be a little bit more prepared than this week.
These first 2 weeks are basically the extension of the preseason. It used to be 4 games, now it's only 2, and they're still filling their way out. That's why I gave Cincinnati the nod in their game this week. I think they're going to get some answers on that front line, but the same goes here. I think that Pittsburgh, look, their coaching staff does great things with what they have, and that's their strength, is their coaching staff under Tomlin, and they're going to coach these guys up against a division opponent, and they're going to give them all they can handle. I really believe that. I mean, this game is never nice. If you've watched these games in the past between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, even when Cleveland has sucked, they have given Pittsburgh a fit. And I think it's time for it to go the other way around. So, and Cleveland, look, they played one game of really good football. Last year it was horrible. They basically crumbled under the weight of Deshaun Watson's garbage last year. But now he's had a year under his belt, and I could be completely wrong. They could be the Miami Dolphins on offense for all I know. I haven't seen him yet, but I'm looking forward to watching it and seeing. But I think Tomlin's going to find an answer and shut him down. And as long as Pickett and Pickens can hook up a couple of times, and they, like we talked about, Najee Harris has got to get going for that team. Mm-hmm. No matter what happens in Pittsburgh, they've always hung their hat on good defense and running the ball. And if you're not running the ball in Pittsburgh, then you got problems. So that's what's got to happen tonight for them.
Tomorrow night. But John, what do you got? What you got?
Well,
what are you thinking?
I was forced to start Najee Harris.
Me too.
Jones is out. Forced. Yeah, because Jones is out. So that's my other feature back.
You talking about Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is out, yes.
Wow. Green Bay. For Green Bay.
So, so I really want Najee Harris to have a good game. But I'm sorry, I'm going Browns.
Okay.
And if the Browns stick with what they did last week, absolutely.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
If the Steelers stick with what they did last year, then the Browns are going to win.
They're going to win the game. But I just, like I said, this division loves to beat the fuck out of each other. They really do. Yeah. They don't like each other. It's one of the funnest divisions to watch when they're all good. And I think Pittsburgh is the only one that has to prove that they've gotten good again. I mean, not every team has the luxury of having a Hall of Famer behind a Hall of Famer like the 49ers did or like the Packers did. Whenever you lose a quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger, you're going to have a couple of down seasons.
Yeah.
The question is, when are they going to be on the upswing again? How long is it going to be? And I think this is a step towards it. If they can jump up and bite the Cleveland Browns, then they're telling the rest of the division, hey, don't sleep on us. Plus, and remember, there's 3 phases to every game. And there's one place that no field goal kicker wants to go kick field goals at, and that's Heinz fucking Field. For some reason, that place plays hell on fucking place kickers, man. They shank shit all the time in that stadium. And I think it has to do with the winds.
Yep.
They're coming off the Three Rivers there and it's just, oh man, wow. Fucking crazy. So,
well, if the Browns that played last week show up this week,
should be a foregone conclusion, right?
Yeah.
Terrorizing the other team on defense and then capitalizing with short fields and just destroying them. Yeah, I mean, that's what should happen, but I don't know.
All right, so just real quick, let's take a look at next week's Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Because we won't be back. 49ers win. So anyways.
We forgot to do that last week.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught that, Joe.
You zip-zapping around there. Let me see that again. Let me see that again.
It's 49ers win. Okay. It's the Giants.
The fucking Lambs to the slaughter.
It's the Giants at the 49ers. At the 49ers.
Holy shit.
So, Yeah.
How could the NFL schedule makers even schedule that game? Good Lord.
Yeah.
It's because the Giants.
Who thought this was going to be a good game?
They pulled the wool over everybody's eyes with one fucking great game last year.
Yeah.
Thinking everybody that they were good. And wow. You thought what Dallas did to them was bad. Wait until this week, folks.
Didn't the
New York Giants fans, I got to tell you, the nightmare is not over. It's going to continue. This is part
of Giants. Didn't the Giants just pay their quarterback a stupid amount of money?
A bunch of stupid money for that, for the white version of Colin Kaepernick. I mean, you talk about a guy that cannot hit the broadside of a barn with a football. It's that guy.
You know, this reminds me of the Broncos last year. Now, the Broncos never got destroyed like the Giants did against the Cowboys, and will get destroyed by the 49ers. But because of Russell Wilson, they put him on like every primetime game every other week. Yeah. For the first 6 weeks, first 8
this year, season. It's gonna be.
And now it's the
Daniel
Giants.
Jones every week.
They made the playoffs. Daniel Jones got paid. They're gonna be awesome. They got Barkley. Barkley got signed for a year. They're gonna be awesome, right?
He is going to become the fucking laughing stock of the NFL, man. He really is.
So I feel bad for the Giants fans that they now have to go through what I suffered last year.
Yeah,
with us losing every single primetime game, every single one. So I guess that's just what the Giants are this year, the punching bag of the primetime television. So
that's the Washington Generals of the NFL this year.
Yeah. No shit, the Washington Generals.
But look, I look at like this as far as the Giants. What happens every year, or 90% of the time, when a quarterback gets a big payday?
Yeah, they fall off the map, man. They get thrown to the sharks, and
unless they're on the Chiefs, apparently,
right. Unless they're playing for the Chiefs. Gridiron Masters is back in here.
Right now, a good idea to blow half your salary cap on one QB out of 22 starters.
Right. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Eventually, you got to pay the guy, though. May not be the right guy, but you got to pay the guy. All right. So the last thing I wanted to show, I don't know how many of you guys have seen this, but this made me laugh. It's all get out. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll play a little bit of it. This is the Manning Cast audition.
Don't forget to unmute it, buddy.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
All right.
So let's go boop. And then we're going to do that.
Why do we have to do this again?
They said they want to freshen up the show a little bit. Just be open-minded. You have a very large mind in that head of yours, so...
I just want to... Let's see what we got here in the background here. We got Obama.
These guys are crazy.
Is that Mr. Rogers?
Is that Mr. Rogers? Is it?
The back behind? No, I don't know. No, I think that's one of them, and I think that's Eli.
Oh, is that Eli?
Okay. Go ahead, man.
So it's just.
Well, just open it.
Another forehead joke? I get it. No wonder they want to freshen things up. All right, fine. Let's do this. Send him in.
No, the proper joke would be 5 head.
You're a golf quarterback. Here to audition.
So, Jared, how excited are you about the opportunity to be on the most popular show on television?
Isn't this for the Manning Cast?
Now, like best zipper tech 2023. I didn't even notice it the first time.
All you have to do is put bolts in the side of Manning's neck.
Peyton's
you got Frankenstein.
Parents, Olivia.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I play quarterback.
Ooh, quarterback. We like that.
You like that?
Yeah, we like that.
You like that, huh?
You like that?
I just said that we liked it.
You like that?
I mean, what is this guy's deal?
No, but did you like it? Peyton.
Yeah.
I was saying Peyton.
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 I'm Peyton.
I'm Eli.
Moving on here. Important question.
So, I don't know how much we could show this. I didn't want to go too crazy.
I'd go ahead and cut it, man. But that's funny.
That's you can just Google that YouTube. The Manicast auditions. It's about 7 minutes long. So
I don't pay for ESPN, but I actually caught some of it. They had it on one of the monitors at Buffalo Wild Wings this week.
Yeah, I did watch the Manicast for this week.
Oh my God, those guys are fucking funny. They are funny. They really are.
You see their shock when Rodgers go down and like, yeah, they're both just, yeah, they're what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Eli looks like he belongs to the 70s game show.
So I'm looking forward to the Pixar game.
Yeah, week 4.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He talked about. I think didn't you talk about that last week?
The brought it up. Yeah, that's week 4. That's the Jaguars and somebody game, Falcons game.
Yeah. You do understand that the Jaguars are the guinea pigs of the NFL, right?
Yeah, right.
They're the ones they send to England twice a year, and yeah.
Just do whatever they want with them.
Yep, do whatever they want with the Jacksonville.
Well, this year it's Miami Dolphins and the Chiefs because we're in Germany.
Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be fun.
Oh,
1.5 million people tried to get tickets. Wow. Yeah,
that's gonna be a silly game.
It's gonna be crazy. Take the over. Take the over. Woof.
Joe, did you get done with my little?
Your graphics are on the top, sir. There's only 2 graphics you need. You decide which one you're announcing first. They're both up there.
At the top. What do you mean? On the overlay
the
one?
The top of your overlays. Yes.
So you got this one. This is Joe.
Yeah. So everybody knows I'm on vacation already. I'm a guest on my own fucking show. Yeah.
So I believe that means no Monday night show with KOTOR. I'm actually kind of glad we did the late night KOTOR last week because that would have meant 2 weeks without KOTOR if we hadn't done that. So I'm glad we did. So that's no KOTOR stream. We are going to do the Wednesday night stream. There's no Thursday night stream with your brother. And there's no sketching with the private team.
I actually am coming back for sketching the private team. That's the first one back. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then this one. Okay. So then.
No, the top one is the one you want, bro. It should be there. Let me see if it's there. And it is. It's the top one.
Okay.
You're looking for this one right here.
The problem is I'd have to refresh my screen in order
probably. I put it up for you already, man.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay. So the state of the Knocosphere. That's gonna be this Wednesday. Hopefully John and Matt will be able to join me on that one.
Say a prayer for Matt. He's not feeling good again, guys. So.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but we'll definitely find some stuff. Hopefully, Trump will say something weird and Biden will go to sleep again. So we'll see. So that's what we got going on. That'll be at. Was it 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night is when we'll do that. And then Joe will be back. So this was my first attempt at trying to take over the show and first crack.
And you did great. You did fantastic, man.
Learning a lot. There's a lot of buttons here. There's a lot of buttons.
There is a lot.
You crowd, you just don't understand.
You just don't understand what's going on
here. Of streamers these days. Okay. I now understand. I know everything now. I know everything there is to know about being a streamer now. I now know.
My brother sits there on our show, and when we get to where we're having to deal with something, or I'm having to deal with something, and I don't talk, he starts going, dead air, and I'm like, man, if you can do it better, come on. But you did fine, and I'm looking forward to watching State of the Knocosphere on Wednesday. Yep. If you missed what he was just saying, if you're just tuning in, State of the Knocosphere this Wednesday. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. And man, I love it when you're doing stuff like this. You're a very funny guy. Keep it up. And John, I hope you can make it for the show.
I'll be here.
Try and keep him in check, because if he has to solo that one, I may lose my channel. I'm looking forward to my trip to Maine, and I know I've got it in good hands. So
I know there's going to be Star Wars talk, because it'll be
Imagine that.
We'll be discussing Ahsoka. So
imagine the resident Star Wars nerd not talking about Star Wars, right?
Hey, we've been doing Ahsoka every week. So
I was fixing to say, guys, keep up the Ahsoka review, please. I do want that to continue. So And my wife approves of the job.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Yes. I still got to get her my list of requests. So.
All right, we got 10 seconds before kickoff. Get us out of here, man.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see. We got let's see. How do we get out of here? Oh no, these are all WhatsApp names. I don't. Oh, here we go. Final trailer. Let's try that one.